Hello. Today I'm going to teach you how to use Family Echo for your All About Me project family tree. The first step is to visit the Family Echo website. So you're going to open up a browser. I'm using Google Chrome right now. And you're going to type in familyecho.com. And it should bring you to a website that looks like this. If you are at any other website, you are at the wrong website. So you have some options here. The first thing I suggest is to create an account if you want to be able to save the family tree. Sometimes you need multiple sessions to work on the family tree, and as soon as you navigate away from the page, whatever progress you've made will not be saved unless you are signed in and have created an account. So your first step might be to create an account. However, if you're confident you can get this done in one sitting and you don't want to create an account, that's fine too. So, to create the family tree, all you're going to need to do is follow the step-by-step directions that appear on the screen. So the first person you're going to create on the family tree is yourself. Over to the left, you have the options for their biological information. So for example, first name. So you're going to, since you're starting with yourself, you're going to put your first name. And then you have two options here. You have surname now. Surname is another way of saying last name. So my last name now is Jeffcoat. And surname at birth will only be different for married women. So that's basically saying, what is your maiden name? I'm unmarried, so my name at birth is the same as my name now. So I don't really need to worry about that box. From there, you're going to select their gender, and you'll notice that when you select their gender, it changes the color of the box. So if you select female, it's pink. If you select male, it's blue. If you select other, it is white. Then you can put in their birth date. Now, one of the things that I want you to keep in mind is that you do not have to put in all of this information for your purposes. Really, all you need to do is fill in their first name, last name if you want to put last name, and then their gender if you feel like it. You don't really need their birth date or anything like that. So if you're putting in information about your family and you don't know things like their birth date, then that's fine. The person is living, you check that box if the person is still with us. If the person is deceased, you'll notice that when you unclick that, it kind of whites out their name. I am still living, at least the last time I checked, so we're going to keep that box checked. You also notice that whenever you unclick that, it has their death date. Some people might be using this for a very extensive family tree. For our purposes, you don't need to put all of that information. For example, you don't need to put their contact or their biographical information in here. None of that's really relevant to our task. Just keep it on the personal page. So, once you've filled in the relevant information for yourself, you're going to say, okay. And then it's going to give you some options. You first have the option to edit your details, which I don't want to do that. I have all the information in there that I want. Or I can start adding people. So let's say I want to start by adding my parents. You'll see that when I click add my parents, it brings up mother of Courtney, father of Courtney. The box that has the darker bolded part here is the one that you're currently working on. So right now, we're working on my mom. Her name is Michelle, so I'm going to put Michelle. And she's female, and she's currently living. I don't want to put anything other than that. So I'm going to say okay, and it's going to jump to my father. Notice how the bolded mark changed. So I'm going to put James, because that's my father's name. He is male. He's still living. Okay. Now it's going to come back to me because it wants me to add something else. So in this case, I'm going to add my siblings. So my first sibling is my sister Megan. She is female and she's still living, so I'm going to click OK. So you kind of just progress through relatives here. So for example, my dad is has a new partner. So I might click on him and add a new partner. And it'll kind of say a separation. So if you have parents that are divorced, or perhaps your parents were never married and they've had different partners and that's how you have different siblings, you can go through and add it this way. So in order for this to work, I just wanted you guys to kind of give us an immediate family feedback. You can make this as extensive as you want. Now, the last part is, how do I get this into the Google slideshow that I'm creating? So the way that you do that, there's a couple of different ways. You can click this print option here, and it will give you the option to create a PDF. With the PDF, you can then, take a screenshot or, scan it in, however you want to do that. To me, the easier option is actually just to take a screenshot of the part that you want to use. So you guys, I feel, are pretty familiar with screenshots. If you don't know how to do a screenshot on whatever device you're using, just go to Google and type in "take a screenshot on," and then whatever. So if you're on a Chromebook, you can select Chromebook, and it will tell you, here are the keys you need to push to take a screenshot. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm on a MacBook, and the shortcut for taking a screenshot on a MacBook when you're taking a screenshot of just part of the screen is Command-Shift-4, and that's going to give me my little drawing tool here, and then I'm going to draw a box around what I want to screenshot. And then the way I have mine set up is that it saves to my desktop, yada yada. If you're on a Chromebook, you'll have an option that pops up down here that asks if you want to save it to your Google Drive. Save it to the Google Drive. Okay. Once you've done that, you're going to go into your slideshow and find the slide that you want to put the All About Me project on. I'm just going to open a blank one for right now. What I would do is, I would just probably put this on a blank slide, and then I would click Insert. I would then go to Image. Now for me, I might pull it from my computer because it's saved on my computer. If you're on a Chromebook, Chromebooks don't have hard drives, so they automatically save things to Drive. So you would have to click on Drive, and then you would have to pull it from your drive. It should pop up as recent. These are some recent screenshots that I took, but that's not the one that I'm using because mine is saved to my computer. Once you've done that, what you're going to do is you're going to actually put the image onto your Google slide, and then I would just resize that image to fit what I need, okay? And you might make it bigger, smaller, however you want to do it. If you want to put a text box up top here, you can insert a text box, my family tree, and then you might, change your font around. I want to use something like this. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do with this, okay? I did that pretty quickly. My suggestion is that you go in and you watch this video as many times as you need to understand the process. Pause it, attempt to do the work on your own, come back and replay if you need to. If that doesn't work, feel free to reach out to me via email, and I am more than happy to help you walk through step by step. I hope that this tutorial has been informative, and I'll see you soon.